That she was in the business of dealing with certain artifacts and items that some may call unsavory, cursed, dark. Let's see. Traveled for a while. Got to town. Blah blah blah. Filled in with.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
After he's kind of Ice's demeanor getting a little more dour and probably more.
It's
sad.
kind of a roller coaster. Every time
Yeah.
you talk about the things she's doing, it gets him really excited. You definitely get the strong feeling that he's very supportive of his wife, but not necessarily her trade. They
By the way,
have
the captain of the guards did.
they have an understanding of, I don't like what you do, but you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and I stand by you. Kind of a rapport.
So Lylesh was doing this before she had to get weird with it for helping to find a cure for her husband.
Yeah, so yeah, you guys can just we can either role play the questioning or you can just throw out questions and I can answer them because
sure.
it would come up in conversation. Either way, I'm fine with. Yeah, so passively through conversation, you find out that her father gets brought up, and apparently he does similar kind of things. That's maybe where she got an in for this kind of thing, but he's also known at collecting certain things.
Finley, you spent some time with her, didn't you? I mean, I'm sure you spent I know a few watches with her, yes, some nights alone. You have a bit more understanding with her than we do.
And the side-eye Rin, like, dude, what the fuck?
As will I, so it'll be like at the same time, like.
How because?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to offer croissant.
How come everyone we meet just turns the other cheek? Like
You're
I say, say this looking right at Drandolin.
And who are you in reference to? You lost me as a person.
Lylesh. The town. Marcus. How are you also clueless about what's going on here? And why are you also willing to just look away from it?
He's gonna be very confused because he's been out for a long time, so he can't really answer for people in situations where he was, in and out, like he's been in a bed for quite a while.
Look outside, Drandolin. For this time of morning, people in the town should be about doing their business.
Of course they are, and he'll
the streets are empty.
He'll stand up and look through one of the first windows, and that's odd. And he'll go over to another window, and still nobody. He'll just get up and run out the front door and kind of go off down the path for a little bit, and before you know it, he's actually out of ear and eye shot.
Shit, I chase after him.
I'll take it.
God damn it, get back here.
Okay, so if you pursue him, he's just down the road a little bit. He's just trying to get a status update of the town. It's the first time he's realized that the town is abandoned. He'll come running back to the house and run into you, Kurtz, and like, where is everybody? What happened? You guys didn't tell me about this part.
Okay, so what happened was your mayor is a figurehead in a evil cult of chaos, and he told all the people to leave because we were causing a ruckus, I guess you could say.
Kane, part of a cult?
Yeah.
There's no way. No.
Well, if you head about 4 miles that way into the woods, your captain of the guard's buried in a shallow grave because he was part of that too.
Did Kane kill him?
No.
Do we still have the feathers and the notes that Kane has been leaving?
I think Finley has
them.
Yeah.
Finley showed
I just kind of look. I haven't really said much, which is kind of odd. But I just kind of look around. Just hold the fuck on, and I'll just just waddle. Just very tired Finley right now. Just waddles upstairs. Just hold that fucking thought, and I'll just waddle, carrying my fucking overlarge cup in my halfling hands. I'll go grab the notes and the feather, and a bandana and a belt. Yeah, that's about it. And I'll come back down, I'll just kind of like throw the shit on the table and just sit back down.
Finley, are you all right? Did you not get any good sleep?
I just got a lot of shit on my mind. Just not very much of a morning person. That's all. Just give me a bit, and I'll be fine.
Half-eaten croissant?
So, just for sake of time, because you guys have all been through all of it, we'll get him caught up to all the current events, but then if there's anything specific so you guys want to go from up to current to now, you can feel free to converse.
I think as long as he gets the main idea that your town's up to some shady shit, bud.
Yeah. So he is at his disposition is he has no reason to not believe you guys, but it's an unbelievable thing that Kane could be behind that. Any insight checks would reveal that like he doesn't think Kane would be capable of doing that, but he has no reason to not believe you guys. So that's the side he's cautiously erring towards. He will turn to Devis and start asking questions about the fleece and more importantly, just be very adamant about thanking you for going so far out of your way because the duty and all that stuff has been explained about how you were supposed to return to the Shroud. Just unrelentingly thankful for your willingness to save him.
You're absolutely very welcome. I mean, just the fact that you can walk and talk right now is just testament just how wonderful our goddesses are, and just all the thanks I need for my actions. You're welcome anytime. For any of these guys, I will do that.
You know, myself, I've never considered myself a religious or spiritual man, but after seeing firsthand what the goddess's power can do, I have to say I'm at the very minimum a believer now.
Well, that's good to know.
Well, hopefully you can pray for that. You'll need it.
I think I have some extra little holy symbols of the goddesses. Hold on a second. Goes in, grab some stuff out. Like, he's got a whole handful of these things. Like, here we go. Something.
When he hands them over, Kurtz will just kind of like sarcastically chuckle and turn away and keep looking out the window.
Davis, we have a bit of a predicament, and I don't necessarily know how far you're willing to put your time in this. We've already pulled you far enough away from going back to the Lion Pride to return the fleece. Well, technically, I suppose the cheetahs would be. Well, no, it is the lions, isn't it? They are the ones who. Yes. Will you be needing to leave immediately?
I will be leaving this day. Yes, I do need to return as soon as possible. They will be wondering by now why I have not returned with the fleece. This is an extraordinary tale, so they will understand and learn a lot about it, but I do need to get back. Yes.
How's Jindalin's condition? Is he still wearing the fleece?
No, they took it off before he went to bed last night.
Okay, so his condition is stable, essentially?
Yeah, you can do a medicine check if you want.
Yeah, sure.
As you're looking him up and down, Kurtz, I know you've had such a pressing desire to remove the mayor from this town, to at least stem some of the corruption and its influence, but perhaps it might be suitable to at least have Davis with us if we were to attempt this. If he's to leave now and we don't try it, I don't think we should ever attempt it.
To be honest, Rin, my main concern isn't the mayor anymore. My main concern is the debt that Lylesh owes me, which is now out of my possession and heading off to God knows where.
What exactly is that?
She owes me a favor. That was the terms of my agreement to continue helping her.
Well, any debt that Lylesh owes you, I guess I owe you as well, and even if that wasn't the case, you guys saved my life. What was it? What was the favor? Perhaps I can help at least steer you in the right direction.
It's more of a long-term sort of thing. Your wife is very adept at locating things, and it needs some things located.
Well, she was taken by Tavaria's guard, so what are you suggesting we do? Head back to Candoria and storm there?
Well, if it was up to me, I'd have all of you guys up in arms and helping me get her back. But I don't know if I can ask you guys to do that. You've already done so much.
Well, I'm always up for killing some heretical, lying scum, such as the followers of that witch.
You cannot walk in the middle of her temple and slay her and all of her followers, who would still not only consider that murder, because that would some consider absolutely a heinous crime for killing the current representative that speaks for the goddesses.
Precisely.
Lylesh, even before her husband, was also committing crimes herself. Now, I don't think she's going to get a fair trial under Tavaria, and maybe we still don't even have the whole story about that, but...
True, the question for me isn't the question of guilt or not. I, for one, am completely, no offense to Gwendolyn, completely sure that she's guilty of all the charges. The problem is, she owes me something, and I usually try to get what I'm owed.
Well, about the things helping, like that she agreed to help with, he's going to get up and go over to some of the bookcases and stuff, and he's going to pull out a necklace, and it's going to match the one that you guys had earlier found in her bag, but I think you guys had forgot about. And it has a little symbol on it, and he's going to hold it up. And Finley, yeah, this is Kyle. Never heard of this guy. You're actually going to recognize this. You've seen this one time, and it was on the cloak of the collector.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay. If Finley sees this, I'm gonna fucking snap out of my shit.
Yeah, he's not gonna show it directly to you. He's showing it to everybody, but you took notice of it. Oh, and on the medicine check earlier, Kurtz, he appears to all the side effects are completely gone as of right at this moment. Yeah.
That worked out.
That's a quite interesting piece you have there. Where, pray tell, have you procured such an object? If you don't mind me asking.
This is the symbol that Lylesh's father uses.
Is it now? Well, ain't that a bundle of crunch? All right.
You all right?
Lylesh's father, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I can't help but think possibly, once or twice a year, a family reunion or so. You've met her father before, yes? I mean, you just don't have a symbol of him or nothing.
No, yes, I know of him.
When's the last time you saw him?
It's been years, but Lylesh kept in touch with him periodically. She did have some kind of system that she used to get a hold of him for questions about. He would help her sometimes acquire items she was unable to find herself. I'm not sure what he does or how he does it, but he was able to find the things she couldn't find for her, and then she would go get them. She did use some kind of system to let him know that she's trying to get a hold of him, but I was never keen to what that was.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, would you mind if I just took a look at it?
At the necklace?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll actually give it to you if you want.
I can. You want me to have your necklace?
Yeah, it's fine. I owe you so much more than what this necklace is worth. And if you take it, you'll notice it doesn't have material value, but to you, the interest is what it represents.
I will. Do I put it on?
Do you? This is Dungeons and Dragons, my friend. No, it's.
Fuck it, yeah. I'll put it on. Be like,
You
not
turn
really
into a
wearing
dragon.
anything.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not really wearing much of anything right now.
No,
so
yeah, nothing
sure.
happens. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be magical at all.
Finley, why such the fascination?
Perhaps when I'm a little bit more woken up, friend. I just there's a little bit of intrigue here, but a little bit of explaining later, perhaps. I think there's some other pressing matters, but put a pin in it. That's what the kids say, right? I'm still trying to catch up on my up-to-date lingo of like what people say. I'm pretty sure that's put a pin in it. Yes, no.
Is that like a metaphor for crucifying someone?
No,
That's such a Kurt's question.
Yeah, no. Right. Better to clarify. Okay, it's like no, like we'll just hold on to that thought. No crucifixions here. Just hold on to that thought.
That's boring.
Good question though. Good. No wrong question there, Kurtz.
Well, go ahead.
Whether we leave Brandylac under Kane's thumb and the Cult of Chaos, or head back to Candoria and the Shroud, I think that maybe that's something that we have to talk about. You know, we've been in some violent situations together, but some of them may have not been right.
Well, our task was to deliver it to Davis, and Davis has it. You know, technically completed and filled.
I'm talking about men like Marcus.
Violence is always right as long as you're the last one standing.
So that's where I disagree. If we're going to keep traveling together, we can't leave a pile of bodies in our wake everywhere we go. Maybe you don't care about your life or your reputation, but I do. And killing everyone we meet may not be the best thing.
I haven't killed Lylesh or this guy yet.
You or the rest of us, Kurtz. We haven't, but you threatened Lylesh plenty of times, and you've even threatened some of us, and maybe for good reason. I'm not saying that Marcus's blood isn't on my hands too. I could have tried to stop you. But if that kind of thing is going to continue wherever we go...
Wait, Marcus is dead? No, just kidding.
Yeah.
That would have came up. I'm just joking.
By the way.
BT dubs. Yeah. That's what the kids say, right?
I realize when we're out in the woods, in the wild, there's a different law. But we can't just be killing everyone we meet.
I don't kill everyone I meet.
He did help save me.
I kill threats.
You were fairly conscious when he tried to kill you.
You do kill threats, and you're very good at it. But sometimes what you view as a threat varies wildly from minute to minute or hour to hour.
All right. Well, in that case, what's our plan? Do we stay in Grandilac and try to fight against the mayor? Or do we chase after Lylesh and attempt to somehow steal her away from the Holy Guards? Or do we just head back to Candoria, take our share of the profits, and our separate ways?
Well, I have to be quite honest. It's a while when I woke up this morning here, I was a little off foot because I kind of had the same question myself, and it kind of bummed me out a little bit because, you know, all of our paths have led us up to this point, and some of our paths have crossed before, namely, you know, mine and Kurt's once or twice or a handful through the years, and now here we are where perhaps our paths could continue to travel together or go separate ways, and it kind of bummed me out a bit to think about perhaps the paths splitting in different directions. So really, I mean, it just kind of comes down to, you know, do we stay together and maybe try to leave this world a little better off than the one we were given, and do it together as a group? I think we work kind of well together, to be quite honest, and kind of sad to see that come to an end before it really began. We do have some shit to do if we really wanted to, but
over the last 5 years, I've been wandering from place to place, helping stragglers, was weaker than me. Bringing them to safety, getting them food, whatever it was. There was no thing too big or too small. If someone needed help, I would help them. Kurtz, we sat across from each other by a fire not too many nights ago. You showed me something. A little burned piece of a toy. I don't know what that means to you, but I think I have an idea of what it is. You have this wall of hatred. And maybe that hatred is just. But I plan on bringing back Candoria to the way it used to be before the goddesses disappeared. And I think that somewhere deep down, you don't want to see people suffer anymore either. But first, we have to find a way to break through that wall of hate. I'm not saying it's going to happen now, sitting here eating breakfast together.
I don't know. That's working for my squirrels.
But I think if we continue traveling together, we should be more cautious about who we kill.
Fair enough. But I will say this. I've been right every time.
I promise I won't ever use my magic against you again.
Rin kind of does that little eyebrow right every time.
Every doubt, every death, every inkling has been right, unless we find out the long and short of it. You may not like the violence. I'm personally numb to it at this point.
And that's
But
the problem.
we're in a world of violence. Violence is who we are now. That's the only way that all of us have survived in one way or another. If you don't accept that violence, that's part of you. That's hungry to just take a little back from what's been taken from you. And that part of you is never going to be full again. So yeah, I can kill less. But if I perceive someone as a threat, I'll deal with them.
You know, one of the things I think Strombraid might be trying to say to you, Kurtz, big man, is that, you know, it might take a little bit getting used to, but, you know, if we do decide to travel together as a group, I know you've been kind of going at this all alone, but maybe it's been a while since you've been able to trust in other people before, but lad, I mean, I'm talking about breaking down walls. We might not break down, you know, all in fell swoop or nothing, but you know, maybe trust in the rest of us.
We've all done.
You might not have to take it all head on by yourself. Is what I'm trying to say.
We've all done violence, and we've all done violence together. I know you've all seen my sword, and I haven't really described it before, but the blade of Strombraid's sword is covered in dwarven rune lettering. Both sides of the blade, all the way up and down. My blade is covered in the names of the dwarves that I've slain. During
Is that what those names were?
During the times of war, when things grew very tense among the dwarves of the hills and the mountain, they ignored their outside problems and just started slaughtering each other. And I took part in that slaughter. You pretend like you're the only one who hasn't killed somebody, Kurtz. But I've killed all the people that I loved. Or most of them anyways. Because of war. I don't want to do that anymore. I have a lot to atone for. But I've broken through my own wall of hatred. And I see that you just need a little help to get past that final step.
Kurtz will just chuckle and light his pipe. Well, let's just say you're welcome to try.
Perhaps we should just agree on something that we can all confirm with and say yes to? Shall we go and try and save Lylesh from this injustice?
Well, we didn't do all this hard work for nothing.
Well, it will sadly be just as for, as I believe Davis is intent on leaving us.
But Candoria is on the way, isn't it?
On the way to where?
Back to the Shroud?
I don't know if everyone's had a chance to look at it. We'll keep streaming, but everybody go to our website if everybody's watching and they're interested. It's HotARPG.com. If you guys click on the HotA tab on there, I did update the map today. So
Pretty sure it is. So.
Yeah, you guys can utilize this knowledge for where things are located. Some of you will be getting more information about particular areas, about where you've been in your past, so we're going to be customizing that. So HotARPG.com/HotA, and then if you scroll down to the map. So Candoria is the name of the continent. The capital is Candoria proper. And if you hover your mouse over the map, it'll bring up some arrows to point out some of the main stuff or things you guys have interacted with or will soon.
Yes, and the Temple of the Divine is where she's at.
We can talk about that in just a second. And then underneath, there is 38 different labels for places. So you guys can utilize this resource while playing for kind of figuring out where you are in relation to other places. If we want to go here or stop here, like if it's on the way or something like that. And this will be updated as we go. This is just what I could throw together for today because I know you guys were requesting it. So we got that up.
Looks good. Looks good.
And then I don't know if you saw, but I gave you a runtime, Sean.
Yeah, we'll take a break here in just a minute. And the name of the world you guys are playing in is Nova Qual.
Okay.
And then
Finley just looks over at Kurtz when he says that we're